On this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of Pura Vida Silver Tequila, right here on the Tequila Hombre, coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of Pura Vida Silver Tequila. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the story about this brand and then get into the tasting. But first, I want to let you know about something else. For all of you that enjoy the channel and tell me how much you enjoy the videos, if you'd like to support the channel, we do have a link below where you can get some of our Tequila Hombre shirts, like this one. It says, "Life is too short to drink bad tequila." And on the back, it's got the Tequila Hombre logo. Got a few other designs on there, as well as one with just the Tequila Hombre logo on it. And if you feel like showing off your support for the Tequila Hombre channel, you can pick up a shirt, and all of the proceeds go to help support the channel, and purchases are greatly appreciated. All right, so now let's get into our tequila that we're talking about this week, the Pura Vida Silver. All right, so today we're talking about Pura Vida, which means pure life. It is owned by a gentleman named Stuart Kloss. Okay, and Stuart was studying down in Mexico at a university in Guadalajara on an exchange program from the University of Texas when he developed his love for tequila. Okay, so him and his good friend went tequila tasting in the city of Tequila and really enjoyed the spirit and stuff. And both of them, after spending a week or so down there in Tequila, doing samplings and enjoying themselves, decided they were going to start a brand, and their brand was going to be called Dos Hermanos, two brothers. But that idea only lasted 2 weeks. So what happened is 25 years later, Stuart was partners in a venture with John Paul de Joria, who is the founder of Patron, and they were having a dinner together, and John Paul was talking about how he just sold off part of Patron, made a ton of money, and said, "Hey, weren't you once going to be getting into tequila back in your 20s?" And Stuart said, "Well, yeah, we were." And he said, "Well, you should get into it." And he's like, "Well, I really couldn't afford it. We're going to wait till I can afford it." And he said, "Well, if you wait till you can afford it, then it's never going to happen." And so then Stuart says, "Oh, you can, I guess it's true." So then he traveled down to Mexico and spent some time down there learning about tequila, learning how it's made, doing tastings and stuff, and developing his brand, Pura Vida. All right, so there he goes. He goes down to Mexico, creates this brand, and he created it with Feliciano Vivanco out of NOM 1414. And it was actually good. I've had it out of 1414 before. I haven't had it out of the new NOM yet, but I have had it out of 1414. And it was good. I enjoyed it. So he stays with Feliciano Vivanco for a little bit, and then he moves it to another distillery. And see, with contract tequila, you can take it anywhere you want once your contract's up. So he moved it to another distillery at NOM 1534, which is Distilleria Jamay. Okay? And Distilleria Jamay has a diffuser. So why would you move a tequila from a good NOM 1414 to one that has a diffuser? Well, Stuart said it was because they outgrew the current, their first distillery. So he ended up later creating a Indiegogo campaign because he wanted to buy Distilleria Jamay and turn it into a Pura Vida distillery. Well, his Indiegogo campaign, which he was hoping to raise millions of dollars with, failed miserably. So Distilleria Jamay today is closed. It's not producing any tequila, and instead he's moved it up to NOM 1558, which is Premium de Jalisco, and then we'll get into how this tequila is made next. Pura Vida Silver Tequila, the tequila that we are reviewing today and taking a look at is made at NOM 1558 now. That's the NOM that I have the bottle here from. It is Premium de Jalisco in Mazamitla, Jalisco. It is the highest tequila distillery in the world. The master distiller that is making this tequila for him is Wilfredo Ortega Casas. He works for Frontier, which is the company that Stewart owns. The agave used is Weber Blue Agave from the Highlands. They cook it using an autoclave under high pressure. They then extract all of the sugars from the agave fibers using a roller mill. After the sugars are extracted, they are then fermented in stainless steel tanks. And then after it is done with fermentation, it is then 3 times distilled using a stainless pot still. And the whole time during fermentation and distillation, they're playing mariachi music to help the yeast along and to create a great environment for making tequila. The lowest price that I could find the Pura Vida Silver Tequila online for was $36.99. All right, so there you go. That's how this tequila is made. Let's get into the tasting and see what it's all about. All right, going up top to our pour cam. Here's the bottle. As you can see, it's like a blue teardrop bottle made with blue glass. It's kind of an interesting bottle. I'm using the Denver and Liley agave glass, which I'm really starting to like a lot. I really can pick up the aromas and the flavors out of this glass nicely. I think it's going to give the Stazzle Jarrito nosing glass a run for its money. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up and see what it's all about. All right, so, hey, did you guys hear that? It's the mariachis. All right, here we go. Pour a little bit into the glass. All right. And let's go back up top and take a look at it in the glass and see what this tequila is all about. All right. Just to be completely transparent and up front, this bottle was provided by the brand for me to give a honest and unbiased review. So here we go. So looking at it in the glass, you can see it coats the glass nicely. It's got some nice tears to it. And then looking at the tequila itself, it is crystal clear, looks beautiful, looks good so far. All right, so let's see if all this work and effort was worth it here. All right, smelling it on the nose. I'm getting alcohol coming through, more than usual. A slight hint of cinnamon from the agave, but not a whole lot. I'm definitely picking up some minerality from the water. And it just has a little slight cinnamon agave. It's got a little bit of brininess to it, but there's not a whole lot there. All right, so right now, the nose isn't as good as some other ones that I've had. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile and the taste here. Coats the mouth nice. A little bit of bitterness from the anise comes up in the front. It doesn't have any burn to it. A slight hint of agave to it. That's basically it. There's not a whole lot to this. Has a bitterness that hits your palate first. And then the baking spices from the cooked agave comes in later. Has a pepperiness to it. Some heat on the finish. It's not bad. It's not great. I wouldn't say it's the best Blanco that I've ever had. Would I buy this and add it to my shelf? I think for the $37 to $40 price range, there's other ones I would rather spend my money on. So if I was in a store and I had to buy a Blanco and it was this against some of the diffused stuff that's up there like Cazadores and Cuervo and stuff like that, El Jimador, I would select this. But if there's other options like El Tesoro and stuff like that there, I would not spend my money on this. But if you do get it, it would make good cocktails. It would be okay for that. It's just doesn't offer as much as some of the other really good tequilas out there that you can buy for the same amount of money. So I'll give this one 3 agaves. It's okay. It's not spectacular. It's okay. And it, just wasn't much on the flavor profile as I'd like to see from a well-made Blanco. Well, that's it. Have you tried Pura Vida Blanco, the Silver Tequila? I'd love to hear what your thoughts were right along the same lines as mine. Have you seen another Blanco or tequila that you'd like for me to do a review on? Comment below and let me know. Love to hear your comments. What did you guys think about the story of this tequila? I'd love to hear your comments below as well. Don't forget to like for the information I shared, and don't forget to subscribe, because if you're subscribed and you like and you comment, you better your chances of winning one of the prizes we're giving away, and we're getting really close to giving away some more prizes, and I want to see you win, okay? So make sure you comment, make sure you like, and make sure you subscribe. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. Salud.